This is Jules. Jules is a 15-year-old warm blood that we've seen in the clinic for orthopaedic problems. He's been showing pain on girthing for the last couple of months, stopping when he's been ridden and not wanting to go forward. And we think he's also got stomach ulcers on top of his orthopaedic problems. So we're going to run through how we do the scope today. So he's had a little bit of sedation into his vein to make him nice and sleepy, and then Lou will pass the scope up his nose. We go up through his nose and into the back of his throat, and we'll show you on the video here how that looks. This is his windpipe in the middle here, and all his cartilages around there, and then in the back up and over here we aim with the scope to go down the esophagus, which is the pipe where he swallows all his foods. Perfect. So this is his esophagus. You can see all the muscle contracting over the end of the scope.
Good boy.
So that's the normal peristaltic movement of the esophagus, which will be used to take food down into the stomach. So we just go in his own time. If we feel any resistance, we stop, and we blow a little bit of air in to make the esophagus dilate so that the tube has a better chance of passing. So once you're in the stomach, we dilate the stomach and make it nice and wide like a beach ball. What we want is to iron out all the folds of muscle within the stomach, so you can see all the nuts and thighs and see where you've got any stomach ulcers hiding away. So we start all our gastric ulcer patients the night before their scope. What you want is a nice clean stomach so that you can see everywhere. If you went into a stomach where the horse had been eating all night, all you'd see was a big ball of hay in the middle, and we wouldn't be able to see anything. So we start for about 12 hours the night before and take water away an hour before their scope. You can see a little bit nicer now the lining of the stomach, and actually his stomach looks really nice and clean. There's no ulcers there along the margin plicatus. So sometimes what you see is splashback lesions, which are long, thin strands of ulcers that come down here. We see those in racehorses where the stomach's contracted as they've been cantering along with the muscle contractions, and it splashes the acid back up. So the mucosa under here, the glandular mucosa that produces the stomach acid, already has a natural protection to the acid that it produces, so we don't often see ulcers at the bottom there, but that's why you see them on the top, because the squamous mucosa is nice light pink bit here doesn't already have any natural protection. So we try and bounce around the margin plicatus there to have a look at the lesser curvature of the stomach. So you can see there that hole with the black tube coming out. This is the scope, and this is the cardia. This is the entrance to the stomach here, and this little bit here, this is the lesser curvature of the stomach. So sometimes we also see ulcers there, especially sort of in pleasure horses. This seems to be a really common area to have stomach ulcers. But again, he looks really nice and clean on that part of his stomach. So you can just see, the exit to the stomach there. So if we put a little bit more air in with the scope, we can just see the exit hole, the pylorus there, just sitting underneath the cardia, the entrance to the stomach. Sometimes you see, especially in horses which have had orthopaedic problems, you do see ulceration on the exit hole to the stomach, and that presents sometimes like little red spots, or it can be big yellow plaques of fibrin, and actually that looks really nice and clean. There are no ulcers on his exit hole either, which is nice. He's got the perfect stomach. So after we finish the scope, we always deflate the stomach because we've inflated it like a balloon. If we left him full of gas, you'd end up with a gastrocolic. So Hannah's going to turn the pump on, and then the scope sucks all the air out of the stomach. So we turn the pump off, and Lou will bring the scope out of his nose, back up his esophagus.
Good boy. All done. All done.